rumble with the roar of the crowd. Underneath the stars we make our town proud. Every win, every loss, we shout it out loud. From the court to the field, to the dirt and the track, we cheer for the glory, we never hold back. It's the pulse of the county, the pride we unpack. Limestone County Sports, we bring the game to life. Every play, every fight, every Friday night. Limestone County Sports, it's where legends ignite. Limestone County Sports, where legends ignite.
Limestone County Sports.
Where legends ignite.
Maybe. Welcome to Limestone County Sports. I'm your host, Greg Wise, and this is our co-host,
JB.
And we are super pumped to be talking about Limestone County football once again. Jay, it's been a rough season for most of our teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, we've only been doing this podcast. This is the second year. Last year had a pretty good season. Had a couple teams make the playoffs, and so a lot of positive things going on. But as long as I've been watching a lot of high school football in my elder years, I don't remember one where most of our teams are just really struggling as much as this one.
I know, and a lot of injuries.
Yep, a lot of significant injuries
Yes.
where that affects a lot of gameplay and stuff of that nature. But nonetheless, we keep motoring ahead. Some of our teams are getting 5 games under their belt.
Yeah.
So for some of those seniors, they are halfway through their last football season ever.
Week 6 coming up. Golly.
Yeah, it goes by quick, super quick. We'll jump right in, Jay, and then hopefully if we got a little time at the end of the show, we'll talk a couple other things. Athens was at Jasper. We talked a little bit last week that Jasper has been coming on pretty good in 6A, especially in that region. And Jasper Jasper beats Athens 30-13.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was on the field, had a lot of things going on at the Ardmore game. We'll talk a little bit about that here shortly, but I didn't get to see halftime scores. You know, halftime score of that game?
I think it was 9-0.
Jasper.
Yeah, because I think they kicked 3 field goals.
So they got a pretty good field goal here.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. But yeah, they end up winning 30-13. Athens is now 2-2 on the season. They are 1-1 in region play. Still setting up pretty good for them to try to make the playoffs there. They go to Hazel Green this week. They are favored by 12 points at Hazel Green. What do you feel? Hazel Green, by the way, is 1-4. Only win Hazel Green has is against East Limestone. What are you feeling in that game, JV?
I'm going to take the Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles to cover 12 points. I would agree with that as well. I think Coach Gross and his squad will get them ready to head over there to play on that new turf at Hazel Green. And speaking of turf, I think that it has been approved and confirmed and all of those things. All of our Limestone County schools will be getting turf within the next year.
That's awesome.
That is. I heard through the grapevine again that the smaller schools, which would be Tanner, Clements, Elkmont, will start getting turf right after football season. As soon as football season's over, they're tearing it out. Supposed to have it down for soccer before the spring. They're supposed to turn it over in 90 days, I'm sorry. And then as soon as graduation is over, the bigger 3 schools are supposed to get it and be down again in 90 days and be ready for football season.
Wow.
So if that's the case, man, that's going to be awesome.
So you said 3 schools, Tanner,
Clements, Elkmont.
So it's going to be 3 different. It'll have to be 3 different
Well, I think it's
units.
Well, it's the same vendor.
Yeah.
Of what I was told, it's the same vendor. But this guy does this nationally.
Wow.
This vendor does this nationally. And, you know, he does those big sportsplex places and things like that where they're putting in several fields at one time.
Yeah.
And so if all the information I have is correct, that's the plan. I think that this company comes in, we'll have 3 crews running pretty much at the same time, tearing out the old grass, and then laying down the turf, and supposed to do 3 schools in 90 days.
Wow.
So I hope it works out. It's going to be awesome, especially for those of us who paint football fields for 6 to 8 hours a week.
Yeah.
Kind of miss it, though. We were talking about
y'all's is winding down pretty soon.
we've
right?
got one more home game. We're halfway through the season. We got one more, I think, in about 3 weeks. Host East at home, and that could technically be the last time we ever paint a football field at Ardmore High School. So we may do something a little fun. Be senior night as well. Be the last home game, so we'll see.
And I know Mr. Brad Durham, ag teacher at Clements, they blocked out letters and painted out the Clements coats in both end zones this past week. So.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up when we got to Clements, but we can go ahead and talk about it. Glad you brought it up. You sent me the picture of their field. Somebody put a drone up, got the horseshoe and the logo in the middle of the field, and got Clements in one end zone and Colts in the other. I'd like to talk to somebody to see how they line that off to paint it, or what kind of techniques they use, because we'd like to do something like that maybe for that last game in Ardmore. But if you're listening, go watch the video on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll post that picture up. You can see it while we're talking about it. Pretty cool. Or you can just go to our Facebook page. I know we posted it on there at some point. Or reposted or shared Clements football's post. Yeah, just go there and check it out, and then I won't have to edit the picture in. So if you want to see that, go to our Facebook page and look at the Clements Colts football photo that we shared last week, and you can see that. It looked pretty cool. Speaking of other county teams, Priceville was at East Limestone. Unfortunately, it was homecoming, and you didn't know this when you schedule these things ahead of time. My wife kept asking, "Why would anybody schedule Priceville for homecoming?" Well, they won. They were 2-8 last year. Why wouldn't you? But Priceville, very good football team that we're now figuring out. They beat East 31-6 at home. East has had some significant injuries. I think I had got a text Friday night. They're down a third, fourth string quarterback, things of that nature, and they are now 0-4 on the season, 0-2 in region play. They've been playing pretty good football, considering the injuries, and so you would think if they could ever get healthy, man, they could start ripping off some wins. And then when you look at their schedule, it's really front loaded, man. They play a lot of good competition front loaded. I think really they got Fairview later in the season. But other than that game, probably every game on that schedule is a winnable football game. So they got a lot of stuff to look forward to. One of those is this week at West Limestone. West Limestone is 1-4. We'll go into that game as well. West was at Central Florence. Central Florence beat West 49-27. And that got West is now 1-4 on the season, 1-3 in region play. First game, Jay, got any details about the East team?
No, just the injuries and just the quarterback breaking his collarbone. I think they said the 4th-string guy. So
the 4th-string quarterback is collarbone. Injury bug just keeps on coming.
I know it.
And when you hadn't got in the win column yet, that's devastating.
I hate it for Will and those guys out there. They're playing hard, and the injuries is killing them.
Well, yeah, I know just from watching Russellville, and the week before they were at Russellville, and it was 7-7 deep in the fourth quarter. Russellville scores. East is coming back down the field to try to tie it up. Russellville gets a pick six. Ending score was 20-7. So that's a much closer game than the score indicated. And so they're playing as about at the highest level they can, considering the injuries and things like that. So, Will's got them going over there. Hopefully they'll kind of snowball that into ripping off some wins as they get over that hump of playing some of those really good teams. West Limestone, also kind of one of those teams with those tough schedules early. They're in that big region. playing 8 region games. Only have a couple of out of region opponents. One of those is this week when East Limestone comes to town. That game is at West. East won this game at East last year. I think it was one of those hurricane games, one of the 2 hurricane games we had last year. But know anything about that West and Central game?
Well, and we talked to Coach Davis Saturday morning, and he said, they got up, they got up on them, early, and it was hanging with the youth just showed up there towards the second half, and Central just turned it on them, and they just couldn't recover from that.
Yeah. Ardmore played Central a couple years ago for a couple seasons, and they run like a wing tee type of offense, a lot of misdirection, and, man, they run it so well.
Yeah.
It's just a well-oiled machine. I think they've been doing that for years, and so you always know that Central's going to put up some points, and so you're going to have to match them if you want to try to keep that game close. And, again, Central, no slouch in high school football. But moving on to that game, East Limestone is at West Limestone. The AHSFHS.org website has East Limestone favored by 6 points at West Limestone. JV, what's your prediction there?
I'm going to go with the Wildcats.
You're going to take the Wildcats and the 6. I think East Limestone wins this game. I don't know if they cover the 6. I think it's going to be a tight game. Now, West is playing better, too. If they can put 27 points on Central Florence, they're getting better as the season rolls along, too. But I think East wins this game. I don't know if they cover the 6 points. I think it'll be tighter than expected. Should be a barn burner out there in Salem.
Yeah, it should. And these teams used to play the first game of the year on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And which, regimes changed and all that, so they've switched up schedules and stuff. But, yeah, it's always a good game, good barn burner wherever they play at.
Yeah, if you're in Limestone County and your teams are playing away, or you're just listening and thinking, hey, I'd like to go watch a high school football game, that would be the one local game to go to this week. Well, got another one, and we'll talk. I think Clements and Tanner plays this week also. We'll get down to that game here shortly. Russellville came to town and was playing at Ardmore. Russellville ended up winning that game 42-7. That's got Ardmore down to 2-3 on the season. They are 0-3 in region play, and so they're getting to the point of desperation. We kind of mentioned that word last week in that game. You could lose that game and still kind of meet some of your season goals, but from here on out, you got to win out. In region anyway. What benefits the Tigers is they go to Gurley this week over at Madison County, which is a non-region opponent, and then they got a bye week. So really, they've got a couple weeks to try to get some guys back. They've had some significant injuries. One of those was, I think, in the Clements game. We had, one of our safeties, DBs, Braden Atkins, broke a collarbone. And then Friday night, crazy Friday night.
That's what you told me.
At Cooper Field, we're within minutes of the first quarter. Our dog receiver Noah Stafford takes a knee injury of some type. He's out of the game. He's pads off, ice on knee, comes out in the second half with crutches, and you're like, okay, we can still do this. About second drive of Russellville, our QB1 is playing defense also. He makes a tackle. He's out. I mean, he gets knocked out. I was told maybe 30, 45 seconds, not sure. But they take all the safety precautions. Rolling the stretchers out, all of that stuff, very quiet stadium. You can hear a pin drop, and about the time they start rolling the stretcher out, people start hollering from the stands, hey, we need help up here, need an EMT. I look, it's where my wife is sitting. But I can see my wife, people standing up and motioning and hollering, and I'm like, what is going on? Well, it's my father-in-law and my wife's dad and his wife, Donna, were there at the game watching their grandson play, and he's just fell out. Don't know if he's passed out, had a seizure, what's going on. get EMTs up there. All of this is all going on all at one time, bro. And it's like 20 to 30 minutes, game is stopped. And, we're dealing with all this stuff. At that point, football seems to take a backseat to everything. Because at the end of the day, it's just football, guys.
Yeah.
Who cares when there's life or death situations? But at one time, I think Alex, the starting quarterback there at Ardmore, and my father-in-law was in the same ambulance outside the gate there. They're waiting on 2 ambulances to come pick them up because one's got to go to Huntsville. My father-in-law goes to Athens. They run a bunch of tests. He's fine. I think Alex King, the QB1's got a concussion. So as bad as it sounds to say this, good that that's all it was.
Yeah.
We know that concussions can be very serious, but don't think it is. Do think he'll miss a week or two. And again, with their schedule, hopefully he can get back before or after that bye week and get something rolling again. Ardmore does go to Madison County. The AHS, FHS.org has that as a push. No favorite in the game. I guess you could say Ardmore's really the favorite because most of the time the home team gets 3 points.
Yeah.
They got that scored as a pick'em. Ardmore or Gurley. Gurley, by the way, is 2-3. Their 2 wins are not against, formidable opponents by any means. Jay, you don't even have to worry about a spread or numbers. Who you think wins
Just
that football
give me the
game?
Tigers.
You going to take the Tigers
Well,
to beat Gurley?
Ardmore Tigers.
The Ardmore Tigers. Yeah, you got to specify both of these.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Are the Tigers. Without QB1, it's going to be tough sledding. I'm sure those Madison County coaching staff is watching film, and our offense. Alex again was out after about the first drive of offense, but our offense has only been able to score once in the last 3 games, all 3 of those region games. So we're averaging pretty much 7 points a game in region. Gonna have to figure out a way to score some points.
Who's the backup?
Well, that's a bit of an oddity.
Oh.
Caden Larson was taking snaps at the end of the game once Alex got hurt, but he's not had much experience. The JV quarterback is like playing receiver, so I don't know if he's going to be the quarterback. That's Caden Hazelwood, I think. Don't know if he's going to be the quarterback. Don't know if Larson's going to be the quarterback. We got a pretty good 8th grader and middle schooler. He dresses on Friday night as well. So don't know what the game plan is moving forward, but I'm sure they'll have something up their sleeve to try to generate some points on Friday night.
Sound like it might be a lot of Hawthorne and Riddle running the ball.
Yeah, well, I would hope so. Really good, 2 good backs. They really haven't been able to get going. Special teams is struggling. And so just gotta figure out a way to put some points on the board. I've Whitney King, by the way, she was on y'all's tailgate talk Saturday. She would kill me for saying this, but she doesn't listen to this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Defense wins championships. You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Nick Saban used to say that all the time. I would agree with that for the most part. But you know what you got to do to win a game? You got to score at least one time.
Yeah.
And so I would agree. Good defensive units in any sport are usually pretty good and can compete at the highest level. But it doesn't matter what sport it is. You got to score at least one to win it. And so, anyway.
So is Noah getting a MRI, I guess, on his
Yeah, I
knees?
think he's supposed to have MRI today to see if there's any kind of tears or anything like that. If he'll be out, got to rest. Just really don't know kind of what that looks like moving forward. We'll probably kind of hear about that later this afternoon.
Prayers up for you guys. Get well soon, man.
Yeah, same for those guys at East. Those significant injuries can kind of put a damper on your season, and so prayers up to all those folks. Moving on, Elkmont was at Clements Friday night. Was you at that game, Jay?
I was.
What was the halftime score?
It was, oh, man. What did I say? It was 21 to, was it 21-6? I like to look.
21-6. Clements was up 21-6.
I think so.
Now, the final was Clements 50, Elkmont 31.
Yes.
So, apparently, In the second half, both teams were making some adjustments, or either the play callers were just lights out because you got a total of 81 points in that contest, and it was
I'm sorry, it's 28-17 at the half.
well, 28-17, so that, they're putting up 45 in the first half, and then final was 50-31. Clements comes away with that victory. Pretty good ball game if you like offense.
Yes, and like I text you at halftime, it took an hour and 20 minutes to play the first half.
Just so much scoring.
Elkmont passing.
Yeah.
I mean, they pretty much passed every down, and then we had penalties and all that good stuff. But, yeah, it's Jake Fleming broke a school record.
For rushing yards.
Yeah, 354 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns.
Nice. Now, I'm assuming by some of those statistics, Elkmont's passing every down. Clements is running almost every down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I did see where Brick gave a nod to the Elkmont quarterback. Bardos? Kid. He must put up.
It,
he must put up some pretty good numbers.
He did. Well, he can throw it. And Joel's got a good one there.
Yeah. Now, is he a senior?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. If he's not,
I don't think.
Well, if he's not, that's great. You have a kid that can sling it like that coming back for another year, or at least one more year would be great. Again, Clements takes the victory 50-31 on that well-painted field that we mentioned. Who's taking care of the grass down there? Grass looked good in the photo.
I think Brad Durham does it all. He's the agriculture teacher.
Well, they got it going on.
And he had his whole class to do the painting. So.
Yeah, I seen some pictures that they had posted in the week where he had students out there helping paint and all that stuff. Man, that's awesome.
Yeah. And prayers out to Alex Moreno, senior there at Clements. He got high load, and it wasn't an incident or nothing like that. He broke his tibia and dislocated his ankle.
That was the kid from Clements?
Yeah, and it's the same play. They hand the ball off to Jake, and he gets tackled, twists his ankle, and we think his is broke because he's laying out there in pain too. Well, he limps off to the sideline. Don't nobody see him over there because they're all busy with Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't 2 plays later, Jake's back out there. He didn't get taped out or nothing. Mm-hmm. He's getting after it. And
that's the kind of culture football coaches want to create. Now, we don't want kids playing with concussions or serious injuries or anything like that. But when you just got something that's not serious and you willing to get back out there 2 plays later, that's the culture that most football coaches are wanting to create, just being able to play through that pain.
And 2 weeks ago, Hayden Tucker went out with a high ankle sprain. Brick got him back in the game some Friday night, played him defense. Didn't want to run him too much.
Yeah.
But he got him in little decoys and stuff, But
good.
Glad to have him back out there because they're going to need him. But he's downstretched in these region games. Yeah,
Clements playing some pretty good football right now. Again, they're 2-3 now, 2-3, 1-2 in their region. And then Elkmont is now 0-5 and 0-3 in region. Let's see. Elkmont has a bye week this week, much needed. I know Coach Shrinks had some other, personal things going on. His mom passed away a couple weeks ago, and being able to get a bye week and hopefully re-energize him and those kids. And if they got any injuries, hopefully they get those guys back. Tanner is at Clements this week. We'll talk a little bit more about the spread and stuff on that game as we move on in to talk about Tanner. Tanner is the Limestone County Sports Team of the Week. I wish I had their band so I could play their fight song, and it would be awesome. And then we could.
Coach Smith, tell the band director to send their music to us, man. The fight song, we need it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be professionally recorded. No. You can record it with your cell phone, send it to us. It'd be awesome. We'd love to hear them and feature them on the show. Be great. But Belgreen was at Tanner this Friday night. I think it was their homecoming as well. Belgreen came in 3-0. Now, one of those was a forfeit, I think, possibly against Summerton Christian. But they did have 2 other wins, and so they came in 3-0, and they were favored. Belgreen, on paper, was favored in this game last week, and Tanner beats them 30-13. If I'm not mistaken, Belgreen was up early in that game, 13-0.
Yeah, and According to Matt, Saturday morning, he said it was the Matthew Fletcher show. He had over 70 yards receiving,
Yeah.
a few touchdowns, and he had 17 tackles on defense.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Well, it's awesome when on those smaller schools, 1A, 2A, and even some 3A schools, if you've got one dog, it can make a big difference. And I'm assuming they've seen that Friday night as they, again, get down in the whole 13-0. That would be sometimes when your culture's not where you want it, where a lot of kids will be like, oh, here we go again, and quit. Obviously, they didn't do that. No. Matt's got them rolling and put up 30 unanswered, I think, if it was 13-0, and get a win. And awesome if they get that win on homecoming.
He's only got one senior on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
Hey, they looking for the future, man.
Yeah.
And Matthew's not a senior, is he?
No.
Awesome. That's good for the future. That gets them to 1-4, 0-2 in region, still very much alive in region. They got that smaller region. I think there's only 6 schools in that region. Yeah. And so really you win 2 games, you can slide into that 4th spot. You win 3 and on up, you can move on up the seeding ladder there. So Tanner very much still alive in their region. And as we already mentioned, they go down to Clements for another fantastic county football rivalry. We've already mentioned East and West play this Friday night.
It's Clements homecoming.
Oh, what was they thinking?
I don't know.
Hey, well, it's non-region game, so I probably maybe have done that too. But Tanner comes in off a big win, playing at Clements, who just had a big win. AHSFHS.org has Clements favored by 8 points at home against the Rattlers.
I'm going with my alma mater.
You're going with the alma mater again. Man, I don't know. I'm going to take Clements to win. I don't know if they cover the 8. I think this game could be a little tighter than expected. Hopefully, for the fans' sake.
Yeah.
Now, not for. I'm sure you hope it's a blowout because that's your alma mater. But I know everybody would love to see a fantastic barn burner down there at Clements High School.
And did you see Clements' uniforms?
I did not.
Rick did like an alternative jersey uniform. It's all gray, black numbers, black and white trim on the sleeves.
Yeah.
And Coxie.
No way.
On the chest and on the helmet.
Brother, we need a picture of the Coxie uniforms. They got Coxie football hats that I seen, and I screenshotted that and kind of sent that out. And I was like, this is the greatest.
I asked him, I said, where did you get the, I know Coxie, that's where the school is.
Yeah.
He said one of his best friends said, won't you do that one game?
Yeah.
Put Coxie on there.
Yeah.
So
I'd wear them again this week. It worked last week.
Yeah. And, there's some folks that went to Clements that post on Facebook, like, some of them liked it, some of them didn't like it because it didn't have Clements on it or whatever. Yeah. But you'll have those.
Yeah, you're doing it 1 or 2 games.
Yeah,
it's no big deal.
It's not the main one.
Well, so I think y'all might. I seen on basketball. Might have been last year. I think on the front of their uniform it said Hilltop.
Yeah.
Traditionally their school's been called the Hilltop, or was for many, many years, and so that's pretty cool. I like it.
Shout out to Sam Brooks and his bunch there that do all the uniforms and jerseys and all that stuff. And
if you'd like to do some free gear for the Limestone County Sports Podcast, Sam, you're more than welcome to do so, and we can continue to give you free shout outs on the program.
Come see us Sunday.
Yeah. Right. All right, Jay. Last thing, I was looking through the AHSFHS.org website, and they've got tons of information, especially now that we've got 5 games under our belt. There's a lot of information they can put into these databases and run all kinds of information. Some of that information is just scoring averages. They have the whole state, every classification, where your team is scoring average and defense, a points allowed average, and just kind of running through those real quick. In all of the schools, most of those, they're around 60 per classification, unless you're in 7A, which we don't, really, we talk about James Clemens here or there. James Clemens is 7A, and I think there's only like 32 7A schools, but most of them are around 60, anywhere from 50, 57, 58 to 64, I think, schools per classification. And so when I say these numbers, you're really talking about out of 60. Athens is 28th in scoring and 28th in defense, so right in the middle there. East Limestone is 51 on the offensive side, 41 on the defensive side of the ball. West Limestone is 48 and 51. Ardmore is 32 in scoring and 38 in defense. Elkmont's 47 and then 62 in defense. Clements is 44 scoring offense and 40th in scoring defense or points allowed. And then Tanner comes in at an even 46 and 46. They are 46 in scoring and 46 in defense as well. So just some statistics, and you can find all that stuff again on the ahsfhs.org website. Jay, anything been going on in the county football wise we need to know about?
No, not that I know.
I know I was thinking on the way up here, if we had a little time to touch on it, is our teams that we cover, the 7 high schools that we cover, not having to date, that can change, schedules front loaded and all of that stuff. Several of them are still in playoff races but to date hadn't had a lot of dubs.
No.
And, if I'm thinking on, what plays into that, what plays into, just not being able to compete at the highest level. And one of the things that I thought about was, it's my own fault. I think we, as a culture, we have this mindset that we want our children to have it better off than we had it. I think every generation thinks that, and I think that's honorable in most circumstances. Just for me personally, yes, I want my kids to be have it better than I had it because I didn't know the Lord till I was 32, and so I grew up, my dad wasn't home, got adopted. His stepdad's, very abusive. And so as you could imagine, that leads to a lot of bad decisions in my teenage years, and spent a lot of my time just bad decisions doing a lot of dumb stuff. Then I meet Jesus at 32 and realize my life has purpose. I can do greater things with my life. Jesus has come that we may have life and have it to the full. And so obviously my convictions were I want my kids to have it better than I had it, and that starts with knowing the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir.
Because they're never going to be able to have it better than anything if you don't know Jesus. It's hard enough to survive in this world. It's real tough to do that without a personal, real, intimate working relationship with Jesus. And so that is first and foremost.
Because for us, back when we were growing up, the world wasn't as bad as it is now.
Yes.
And I am so thankful that mine has received the Lord.
Well, that's what I was trying to get to was, I remember I could get on a bicycle at 10 years old. Me and my buddy drive bicycles 10 miles across Elkmont to the other side of the rural village and hang out with your buddy, and then drive back as long as you got home before it got dark. And there's no way I would even think about letting my kids do that now. And one, that's sad. But two, just in regards to like football culture and those things, we have created, because we all want our kids to have it better than we've had it. In some aspects, that has created a culture of we don't have to work for anything. We don't have to kick and claw and work our butts off to try to achieve something. And I'm guilty of that. My kids, hey, Dad, can I have $20 to buy something on the PlayStation? Instead of me going, well, there's a lawnmower out there.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want it for? Sure. And so, we've created this culture Our kids don't have to work for anything. If it's not working, even when they're real young, if it's not working out on the team that they're on, we'll find a new team. If they're not getting to play the position that I want them to play, I may go start my own team.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of things that is, I think, in my opinion, we're now starting to see that play out in 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds as when times get tough and adversity strikes, they're out.
Yeah.
Like I've never had to do this. I just want to stay here on the sideline. I don't. And again, we're not talking about playing with injuries or things of that nature because they don't need to be playing with concussions and broken bones and things of that nature. But if you got a scrape on your knee, but you're playing one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah.
We got to create a culture where you know how to maneuver adversity. And that goes not only in the sporting realm, but any kind of realm. You talk about life. Life is going to throw stuff at you, and we need to be training our young people how to deal with those things. And again, as we've already mentioned, that starts with a relationship with Jesus, and he can show you how to do that.
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
All right, Jay, something not so serious. Let's shift gears before we check out here. Going back, let's help create a better culture for the next generation. Speaking of better culture, what about the Auburn officiating in Oklahoma?
Ooh.
Didn't Alabama play at Oklahoma last year?
Yes.
And there was some very questionable officiating. I remember one Ryan Williams touchdown that got called back because he was supposedly
Ineligible receiver.
Yes, which the replay showed the umpire there who told him he was on the line or off the line, whichever it was, said, "You're good," and then threw the flag for you being an ineligible receiver. And now
he threw it after he caught it, right?
Yes. Now we're back in Norman, Oklahoma, and there is again questionable officiating. Jay, did you get to watch any of that game?
I did not, but I saw the video of that.
I did too.
The questionable call.
I've seen the questionable call where the guy's trying to get off out of bounds. He don't go out of bounds. It's a trick play. Goes down wide open. It's supposed to be an illegal play. I seen another screenshot of Coleman getting tackled, and the ball's like 20 feet from him. Yeah. And but I would say this, Jay, about my beloved Eagles of Auburn. Deal with it, buddy. Deal with it, buddy.
I mean, and everybody used to say, well, Alabama gets all the calls.
Hey, no, apparently Oklahoma gets all the calls.
They do now.
And one other random fact, when you're giving up 10 sacks, I don't know if any of those calls going to help you guys. You gave up 10 sacks.
Well, we give up, 12 one year to Auburn?
Yeah, yeah. I remember the bumper stickers, honk if you sacked Brody Kroll.
Speaking of that game, I read a quote from John Mateer, and they were talking to him about comparing him to Johnny Manziel. Because I guess he done like this or whatever. And he said, only one thing different between me and Johnny is I'll be at church in the morning.
Wow. Hey, that's a big-time statement. I like it. I love competitors who also know the Lord.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow was a good one. Speaking of Tim Tebow, he was not a high-caliber quarterback by any means. He was a high-caliber leader.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're going to get it done. We're going to find a way. And he would just do that. You would see, once Tebow went to the league, especially at the quarterback position, just, not a high caliber quarterback, but just high level competitor. And I think that came from knowing the Lord.
Yeah.
And wanting to do things at a high level. The Bible says do all things, for the glory of God. Our kind of one of our mission statements here, together for the glory of God and the good of man.
Yeah.
And so you've seen that play out in Tim Tebow's life and possibly maybe this guy too.
Yeah.
And one thing, like my pastor mentioned a couple of weeks ago, that's okay. I like doing those things, But you better not be at the bar on Saturday night,
Sure.
even if you're going to church on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't swing by the bar on your way to church now.
Don't do that now.
Amen. Amen. All right, guys. Appreciate you listening. Tailgate Talk coming up this weekend, Jay.
Tailgate Talk Saturday morning, 10 to 12. We'll talk to all our local high school coaches as well, some special guests on as well. So WKAC, 1080 AM, and our PS Plus app.
If you listen to this before this Friday, got a clay shoot coming up for Ardmore softball up at Old South Clays there on Willie Springs Road. If you'd like to be a part of that, I think it's $600 for a team of 4. That is a fundraiser. I think you got lunch and they got some raffles and other things going on with that as well. And so you can reach out to me on our platform here if you need some information on that. And again, that is this Friday, September the 26th. I think it's in the morning. Maybe take Friday morning off and go up there and shoot some clays for a good cause. They'd love to have you. Appreciate you guys listening. Anything else, Jay?
Just like and share our videos and go to Score Stream now and put if you're at a game, put your scores in, so that'll help us out at halftime and final scores as well.
Yep. Appreciate you listening. Good luck to all of our local teams this Friday night.
Yes,
have a fantastic week.
We'll see y'all.
God bless.
Bleachers rumble with the roar of the crowd. Underneath the stars we make our town proud. Every win, every loss, we shout it out loud. From the court to the field to the dirt and the track, we cheer for the glory, we never hold back. It's the pulse of the county, the pride we unpack. Limestone County Sports.